The concepts of heaven and hell have long served as profound symbols within religious traditions, shaping human understanding of morality, destiny, and the cosmic order. Across the vast tapestry of spiritual beliefs, from east to west, the images and ideas of afterlife realms diverge in vivid detail yet often converge in essence, revealing surprising parallels beneath their distinctive mythologies and doctrines. Heaven and hell, far from being mere rewards and punishments, function as mirrors reflecting the deepest human fears, hopes, and ethical frameworks, intertwined with cultural narratives that transcend time and geography. When examined closely across 5 major religious traditions, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Zoroastrianism, these realms expose a shared language of transcendence and transformation, suggesting that the human psyche shapes and is shaped by these archetypal visions of ultimate fate. Christianity's vision of heaven and hell is perhaps the most widely recognized, deeply embedded in Western consciousness through scripture, art, and theology. Heaven is portrayed as a place of eternal communion with God, a realm of light, peace, and unending joy. It is the fulfillment of divine promise, where souls bask in the presence of the divine, free from suffering and sin. Hell, conversely, is often described as a realm of torment and separation from God, where souls endure punishment for moral failings. Yet, Christian theology also presents nuance. Some interpretations speak of hell as separation from divine love rather than physical fire, and some traditions entertain the possibility of purification or eventual reconciliation. The Christian heaven and hell embody not just places but states of being, spiritual realities that reflect the soul's alignment with or estrangement from divine will. Islam, with its rich eschatological tradition, offers visions of paradise, Jannah, and hell, Jahannam, that resonate with Christianity's dualistic afterlife but imbued with unique features and emphases. Paradise is depicted as a lush garden of delights, where believers enjoy physical and spiritual pleasures, reunited with loved ones and experiencing closeness to Allah. Hell, a realm of blazing fire and profound suffering, is reserved for those who reject faith and justice. Yet Islamic theology also articulates divine mercy, with some interpretations allowing for eventual forgiveness even for those condemned, underscoring the dynamic tension between justice and compassion. Both realms serve as powerful motivators for ethical conduct and spiritual devotion, reinforcing a cosmic balance maintained by God's omniscience and mercy. In Hinduism, the afterlife is understood through the cyclical framework of samsara, the endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, governed by karma. Heaven and hell, svarga and naraka, are seen less as eternal destinations and more as temporary abodes reflecting the moral quality of one's actions. Svarga is a realm of pleasure and enjoyment granted to souls who have accrued positive karma, while Naraka is a purgatorial place of suffering for purification. Ultimately, these experiences are transient, leading souls back into the earthly realm for further learning and growth. This cyclical view reframes heaven and hell as stages within a broader spiritual journey rather than final judgments, emphasizing transformation and liberation, moksha, as the ultimate goal. Buddhism's perspective on heaven and hell similarly resists permanent dualities. The realms of Deva, heavenly beings, and Naraka, hellish realms, exist within the complex cosmology of samsara, reflecting states of consciousness conditioned by karma. However, enlightenment, nirvana, transcends these realms entirely, representing the cessation of suffering and escape from the cycle of rebirth. Buddhist hells are often described as intense, often terrifying experiences of torment, but always impermanent, serving as consequences that help guide beings toward eventual awakening. The emphasis is less on eternal reward or punishment and more on the impermanence and interconnectedness of all states of being, inviting a path of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. Zoroastrianism, One of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, presents a vivid moral cosmology in which souls face judgment after death and are destined for paradise or hell based on their deeds. The Chinvat Bridge acts as a crucial juncture, a metaphysical gateway where the soul's worthiness is tested. Those righteous cross easily to Gar Othman, a realm of light and bliss, while the wicked fall into Duzak, a place of darkness and torment. This religion's stark dualism between good and evil profoundly influenced later Abrahamic traditions, yet its emphasis on the soul's moral autonomy and the eventual triumph of good over evil offers a narrative of hope and cosmic justice across these 5 traditions. A remarkable symmetry emerges. Heaven and hell are not simply physical locales but spiritual realities entwined with ethical living, the soul's journey, and cosmic order. They embody the tension between transcendence and immanence, reward and consequence, hope and fear. Each tradition envisions realms that are both external and internal, metaphysical and psychological, reflecting the soul's harmony or discord with the ultimate reality. Moreover, the transient or eternal nature of these realms varies, suggesting different understandings of time and transformation after death. Some see heaven and hell as permanent destinations, others, as stages on a continuing journey. This diversity reflects the breadth of human imagination and spiritual aspiration. Yet beneath it all lies a shared intuition, that life does not end with death, that moral choices resonate beyond the visible world, and that the soul's fate is intimately linked with its conduct and consciousness. In contemplating these overlapping visions, one senses that heaven and hell serve less as rigid doctrines and more as dynamic symbols, psychological and spiritual maps guiding individuals towards self-understanding, ethical integrity, and transcendence. They challenge humanity to confront its deepest fears and highest hopes, to wrestle with the mysteries of justice and mercy, and to seek a path that honors the sacredness of life beyond the visible horizon. Thus, while the details and descriptions of heaven and hell differ across religions, their fundamental resonance reveals a shared human endeavor to grapple with existence's ultimate questions. In these luminous and shadowed realms, the soul's profound journey continues, inviting each seeker to reflect, transform, and perhaps glimpse the eternal through the veils of myth and faith.